Hi guys, welcome back to Enjoying School at Home. Today I want to talk about embracing the chaos. So if you are doing school at home and you have babies, toddlers, and preschoolers running around in the background, let's talk about some ideas on what you can do with them to keep them quiet, busy, occupied, and also learning. So 3 different areas we can throw out some tips and suggestions are in the no prep category, busy bags, which can be pre-made and kept set aside. And the last one is different products and items that you can purchase on the internet or at your local store. So the no prep, easily available activities. If you have toddlers and preschoolers, even babies, grab a package of construction paper, set them down, and let them go to town on just tearing up that construction paper. Let them tear it up into little pieces, and then if you are brave, give them a glue stick and let them try to glue those pieces onto another paper. Now, if you've got a block letter printed out or an apple or a bear or whatever you want for phonics, you can do that as well, probably more towards the preschool age. But you're going to work on fine motor and with the tearing and strengthening their little fingers, and also with the gluing and getting everything back down. So that's one option that is basically no prep that you can do. Now, another one involving construction paper that's no prep, I've mentioned it before, is water painting on construction paper. So just a little sippy cup of some sorts, just a tiny bit of water. There's no actual paint involved. I give my 16-month-old and my 2.5-year-old a paintbrush. They each have their own little tiny cup. And my 16-month-old is strapped into a high chair for this. But on the construction paper, they take their little paintbrushes, dip it in the water, and paint whatever pictures they want. The water stays on the construction paper just long enough that they feel like they have done a good job making a picture. Now, the last one that I wanted to throw in there, we don't always think about it and we don't always have it prepped and ready to go so that it becomes no prep when you need it. And that's just having coloring books, crayons, and stickers in a basket on a pantry shelf nearby that you can grab, or in a kitchen drawer, or in a hutch by the breakfast table, wherever you do schoolwork, so that if you need it, you can just grab that coloring book and crayons or stickers. Stickers sometimes keep my kids busier longer than crayons. And then immediately that will buy you another 15 minutes of teaching time, whatever you might need for your school kids. So those were the no prep ideas. Let's talk about busy bags. You can pre-make these. There are all sorts of options and blogs and links that talk about busy bags on Pinterest. I made mine with a girlfriend. We kind of divide and conquered. She did some that she was really excited to do and made it for my toddler as well and shared, and then I did the same back. So I ended up with extra busy bags because we doubled up what we made and shared it to each other. When I was searching for busy bags, it was specifically with my toddler, my 2.5-year-old, in mind. So while you can add things that reinforce more counting and phonics, right now I'm reinforcing colors and even just learning to recognize his name. So those are some of the options I'm going to show you, and I'm actually going to tell you how I made these as well. They're very homemade because when I attempt Pinterest projects, they do not come out like the Pinterest picture very often. So I'm going to go with what is going to be doable in an afternoon and that I'm confident I can get the end result I'm looking for. Okay guys, these are my busy bags, and I chose to store them all in one place. So I got a deal on Amazon of just a set of pencil bags, some rings to attach them all together. They stay in one place, they don't get lost. These do not come out for just any old playtime. This is when he will actually come to me when he decides, Mommy, I want to do my school too, because the big kids, his big sister and big brother, are doing their schoolwork. And he says, I want to do my school too, Mommy. And so I've learned to be prepared for that. Otherwise, I will end up with a toddler in my lap trying to steal pencils and color on math papers. So I mentioned that we're working on colors and reinforcement. So what I have here in this are different colored, different colored clothespins and paper clips. You can see them in there. And I got on my computer on Google Docs, and I just made some circles, filled them in with the colors I wanted, just my primary colors there, and cut them out, laminated them. So as a former teacher, I am a nerd, and I do have one of the Amazon Basics laminator machines at home. So I just printed out some colored circles, y'all, threw them in, and this is one of his favorite ones to do. I have a picture I'll show you. This is a picture of him working on this, and all my kids working on their schoolwork at the table. He likes this one because he usually, he gets it all right all the time. And then, it gives me a chance to review and have him go through and tell me what colors everything is, so that we're working on that as well. All right, now I also mentioned that he is working on name practicing. So this is his name practice bag, and I've got a couple different very toddler-friendly activities. He does not know, he can sing the ABC songs because he's 2. So he can sing the ABC songs, but he would never be able to point out an M or an O or a Y for me. So, but I would like him to start seeing his name. So I have a package of stickers, and he hasn't done the sticker one yet. He's done the puzzle one. And then I just printed his name out on some block letters, and I want him to sticker inside the letters of his name. And then that also gives me an opportunity to have teaching moments with my older kids. When I wrap that up, I can come back to this child and say, okay, what are the letters in your name? Can you spell your name? And you guys know how that goes. So these are actual puzzles. So they're cut up into little pieces, you can see. I laminated them, but when you get all the pieces together, they make his name. Now, to make it easy for my 2.5-year-old, all the orange letters go together and all the green letters go together. He's pretty good at sorting. And I've got a third puzzle in there too that's blue. And all of these fit together. So you could do name puzzles, you could have them sticker their name, and I just threw this all in one bag. And how I did the name was, again, I got on Google Docs, I printed out his name in some different colors and cut up some puzzle pieces and laminated it. This is another form of kind of like a name puzzle. And this is the one I mentioned my girlfriend did. So I'll put that back. It's got a different letter of his name missing. And they're Velcro dots, so he can find that. Oh, there's one. It was in the bag. And so on another one, he can stick his letter in the right place. There it is. You can stick that on there. That's another form of practicing his name. Guys, like I said, really homemade busy bags. You could do it in an afternoon and throw it together. So I don't do more than one in one day. Usually I just need one during my table time with my older kids, and then he gets excited to do his own stuff. So I mentioned the color circles with clothespins and paper clips, the name practice bag with stickers, puzzles, and then finding the missing letter. Another busy bag is scissor practice. So I don't have one in here to show because I keep my scissors in a caddy. But for that, really I would just let him work with scissors and try to make sure his little hand is trying to use the scissors the right way. So if you want, give him some strips of construction paper and just let him cut those strips up. I would start with strips, not a big piece. And then as he progresses, if you have a preschool student, then start doing some squiggle lines in black marker, do all sorts of doodles, and see if they can follow the line with their scissors. And that is a very easy minimum prep busy bag as well, to pre-draw out your squiggle lines and shapes or whatever you want them to practice scissor cutting. Stick it in a bag with some child scissors, and they can use that too. Okay guys, the last busy bag I want to show today is a pictures number puzzle. And so this is more of a math busy bag for us. So he is not able to recognize the number 8 if I were to say, show me the number 8, but we are building on that skill so he can count. So the idea with these is that he would, and we have boys, they love cars, so all of these are pictures of cars, but they're numbered. It's a picture of a car that I just cut out into strips. And at the bottom of each strip, it's numbered in order. I dropped one. But if he can build the picture and try to make the car, then at the end of that, you can kind of see where I'm headed with this. We can count to 10 together at the bottom. And so my hope and my plan is that he will pick up on like, oh, if I just number these, it'll build my picture. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's that. And it builds a picture of a car. I have a couple in there. I have got like a school bus and a race car and a police car and a fire truck and a couple other fun things like that. So that is my math, my numbers recognition busy bag. Now obviously guys, my busy bags are catered to a 2.5-year-old. If you have preschoolers, students who are going into pre-K3, pre-K4, you might have name writing practices in there where they're going to practice writing their name. You also might have upper and lowercase letter matching, counting pictures, number sense cards, lots of different options where you can differentiate this. But I just wanted to show some very simple, you could make it in an afternoon, print off some clip art, and cut it out and you are ready to go. Okay, so we've talked about no prep and busy bags with just a little bit of prep involved that you can keep on hand somewhere close by. I do have more busy bags to show, so stay tuned. I will do a follow-up video that goes through more busy bags where we have shapes and more numbers and more fine motor skills. The last area I wanted to mention is there are some great things that you can purchase online that are busy time, quiet products that they can still be learning. One of those are things like geoboards and tangrams. These are great manipulatives to get kids' fingers stronger, to work on spatial and shape recognition. Here's a couple pictures you can see. A lot of times they come with cards to give them an idea, something to try to make. And my pre-K 4 student last year, he's a kinder now, he loves tangrams, loves to use them, and now math is a stronger subject for him, which is fantastic. Another option for buying products is lacing cards. My toddler's not quite ready for all the tangram pictures yet, so lacing cards is much more up his alley, where he is going to be continuing to strengthen his fingers and work on fine motor. Another option for what you can buy are puzzles, matching puzzles like matching upper and lowercase letters, matching rhyming words with pictures, and matching letters with letter sound pictures like C matching with car and things like that. This is awesome for your preschoolers, y'all. The last thing I wanted to mention today that you can purchase if you want to are dry erase boards that are tracing books or pre-writing skills dry erase boards. These can come with just squiggle lines, pictures, numbers, letters, and what I love about these is I've bought a few of them, maybe 2 or 3, and they last a long time. So they go through several kids. As long as I wipe them down quickly and keep them in good condition, I'm able to reuse them and reuse them often to help build their writing skills. Okay, y'all, we talked about no prep items and busy bags that you can make that are homemade, make them in an afternoon. And we've also talked about if you just want to click buy now on the computer, you certainly have that option. And I wanted to throw out some ideas for those as well. But there is no perfect solution to embracing the chaos. There's just a lot of trial and error with stolen teaching moments with your older kids in between. And that's okay too. The biggest thing is I had a friend tell me one time that you just have to embrace the chaos. You know, your older kids, they're used to having siblings. So it's not going to look like what it may have looked like when I was in school. where the entire day is structured and ordered and sitting in desks, it won't look like that. And that's okay. My older kids are used to having siblings, which means they know how to focus even if I have a baby sitting in my lap. Even if the toddler is pretending to be a fire truck siren in the background, they can still get their math worksheet done, or their handwriting practice, or their sight words, whatever it may be, because that's a part of their normal life. And so the advice for me was to embrace the chaos. I really tried to take hold of that and focus on that when I was getting too lost in my own expectations. And so I love to be prepared, to prep other options, but at the end of the day, it's just trial and error and doing the best you can. So my best advice is to don't wait. Don't wait to do your school time until you think it's going to look like the way that it should. Just start. Start your homeschool time. Start your school time with your little one, even if it's just a preschooler. And it will start to fall into place as we all just embrace the chaos. Thanks so much for jumping on and watching today. Please subscribe, and I will continue to post videos about once a week if I can. But life happens, as we know, so just stick around and I will continue to get more new ideas up. Thanks for watching.